You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, loud and clear. Let's get you into the mic. This is my boy Justin. We call him Baby Gary V. He's with us today, so we're gonna go into his backstory a little bit. But yeah, bro, say hi to Mike. Don't be scared of it.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Justin. Instagram at JustSecureTheBag. So, first of all, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys 100%, and I'm super excited to get into it.
Yeah.
Could you throw out that Instagram one more time?
Just secure the bag.
Just secure the bag. Oh,
Just dot secure the bag.
yeah.
That's an amazing play on his name, man. Why can't I have a cool name? I guess I could go like Drew on himself. Or something, you know, like somewhere along those lines. But yeah, okay. But yeah, we got Justin here today. He's a little. What's your correct attribute? Influencer?
I guess so. I would consider myself more like a micro influencer.
Okay.
Not a full-fledged influencer, just because of the space I'm touching. I'm more in a tighter niche.
Okay.
But the goal is to obviously break out and start trying to help a lot more people get into the space I'm into.
And
What niche is that?
Real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Because I'm looking to buy again. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
See, Latinos are everywhere.
Yeah.
Every corner of the world.
So what rules right now is going on with real estate? Because with the whole COVID situation, so I know things changed, right?
Yeah. So first, I want to explain that I'm not a regular real estate in conventional real estate.
Yeah.
There's realtors obviously and regular investors.
Yeah.
But what I do is wholesale real estate. Have you guys heard of it?
Yeah.
So basically, right. So it's an easy entryway to get into real estate without any money down or
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So it's really cool for me just because I'm able to explain to people that you can make a lot of money in real estate without having to go and have tens of thousands, 20s of thousands of dollars. As for the regulations and rules, one of the biggest things that are happening right now is obviously the eviction moratories and stuff like that. But thank God it's getting put down.
Yeah, I saw that. I guess in California, right? They just ended rent thing, whatever, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so now you got to start paying your rent again.
Yep.
Yeah, and then unemployment too, right? All the benefits stop.
Yeah. Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
See that on Instagram and stuff like that. People
Yeah.
are posting the memes RIP unemployment.
Yeah.
You changed the hood forever.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? Stuff like that, I get it. The pandemic did fuck everybody up, but
Yeah.
come on, we're 20 months in now?
Yeah.
And you still don't want to work, or you still can't find a job? No, you got to start working now. You know?
Yeah,
You never met
Yeah.
nobody on unemployment before?
so-
Happening before the shit.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
telling me that your uncles and tios and your 30 with their 30 kids can't pay rent?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know. So
Damn.
yeah.
No, it's crazy, and it's funny because I was looking through on Instagram and stuff like that, looking at comments, and I saw a comment. It's it's not that we don't want to work; it's we know our value now.
Oh God.
That's true. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah. Nobody wants to go to work at McDonald's for $13 an hour anymore.
Exactly.
No, now they're paying better.
Yeah,
You could
dude.
go-
Hey.
Dude, Walmart, supposedly from what I saw, Walmart is now going to be $20 an hour. Plus, they're going to pay for your college, whatever, school, whatever that you're going to go. That's bullshit, because when I went to fucking nursing school, I was working at these low-end jobs.
Yeah.
And I had to pay my way through fucking school.
Yeah,
you know?
there was no
Thank God I got my
incentives.
license, but still, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
All those people that
Now
went
they're
to-
making it more easier for people to step ahead, you know?
Well, they're giving bigger incentives for people to get jobs again because everybody apparently knows their worth. Which
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
bitch.
exactly, yeah.
Well, then I want to see my worth because I ain't stopped working the whole
Exactly.
pandemic.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get no fucking heroes pay.
Yeah, even the heroes pay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I see both sides of the spectrum, but if you're sitting on a gold mine, why get off?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it from that angle too, but
Unless you're smart and invested.
which hopefully
Yeah.
they
To wholesale
did.
real estate.
You know what? You know what?
There you go.
I was investing in stocks and bitcoins and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I took a hit,
Yeah,
so I had to stop for a bit.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's an up and down market.
yeah, it's an up and down market.
But see, that's what I like about real estate because it's super consistent throughout
Yeah.
the whole entire time. At least we went through the 2008 market crash
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But even then, people were making money buying into properties that were in foreclosures. The people that went and invested during 2008 came out with way more money than the people that before 2008, right?
Yeah.
And like they say, there's gonna be a market collapse or whatever is coming in real estate. But with wholesale real estate, all you have to do when the market collapses is adjust your numbers. That's it. Let's say your property's worth 300,000.
Yeah.
Now instead of offering 200, you're offering 150, and you can still get it under contract and sell it to an investor.
There we go.
You know, and it's really cool because the way I started off, I was 18 years old when I started, right? And it's really funny because when I was gonna go do it, I wanted to go flip. And my mom was like, no, don't flip. Like, you know, like it's risking your money, you know, like the average Latino people. And people are scared to invest. But I took the risk and I did it. And I remember I got kicked out of my house for doing it, right? She's like, if you're gonna go do it, get out of my house and go do it yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 weeks later, I ended up finding about wholesaling. 2 weeks after that, made $25,000. I called her, I sent her a picture of the check, and she's like, you can move back home. It's okay.
I see.
Nah, we good.
Yeah.
I'm
We
like,
good.
perfect. You know, but I didn't. And
Yeah.
I ended up living on a couch for a year after that.
Yeah.
And just because like I'd rather be around people that were like doing it and being successful at it than being at home, right?
Yeah.
And fast forward 3 years later, have a multiple 7-figure company. Doing about like $200,000 a month off of it.
Shit.
And I know a few people like younger than me, 19, 18 years old. I know a 17-year-old right now that's doing it, that's making like 50, 60,000 a month off of it. And it's not difficult. You know? It's not hard. It's not heavy entry level.
Yeah. See, what I'm going for right now is like I have my home right here, but my goal is to actually I'm basically working it right now to flip it, because my house is about, let's go with the numbers. I bought it at around 285K. Now it's more like 650K right now because the area where I'm at. So the goal was to flip my house, pay off whatever I owe, and with that money, just buy properties out of state.
Yeah.
Because out of state is way cheaper than California.
Yeah.
The goal was to buy a condo like in Vegas, fix it up, and then start doing the Airbnb stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then 2-3 years buy another property either in out of state. So by the time I'm like 50 something, I have properties all over and they're making me my money.
Yeah.
Off of rent or off of Airbnb, you know?
Have you heard of Burr?
Yeah, I have heard of Burr. Yeah.
All right. Have you thought about that?
I thought about it too, yeah.
What's Burr?
Okay, so Burr, it stands for it's buy, rehab, refinance, repeat.
Whoa.
Right? Or buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. So it's really cool because let's say you buy a property for under market value at like $200,000 and it's worth $370, right? You could actually fix that property up and get a loan, obviously, with the bank. Come back, rent that property out. Now you're making cash flow, which covers the mortgage and basically covers all your expenses for like what you're paying monthly. You go to the bank, refinance that $200,000 that you initially came in with, and then they'll give you a loan of 70% of what the market's worth for the property. So let's say it's worth $370, they'll probably give you around $340. And let's say you're at $200,000, you could pay off your initial mortgage and take $140 cash home, right? And then it's untaxable money because it's technically a loan, right? But you could leverage that loan to get into other types of investments like Airbnbs, or let's say you want to pick up another rental property. Or let's say you want to put $140 down on a 5 unit, and then you repeat that same thing, which you burr it out, right? And then the cool thing about it, right, is if you get plugged in with wholesalers like me, you don't ever have to go look for undervalued market properties, right? You just call me and be like, hey, Just, I need 3-4 properties, and I'm like, here, like candy all day under market value.
That's good.
But it's
that's
cool.
good.
It's awesome.
Cause I'm like on Zillow looking around and stuff like that, and then I'm like, damn, like so like in the Midwest, you could get a multifamily in the Midwest for like what a home is here, a basic little home. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you could rent it out, all 4 units, and make your money, all that shit, you know, and not even worry about it.
No, you know what's crazy? 2 days ago, I had a duplex in Memphis, Tennessee come on my table for $10,000.
Shit.
But guess how much it's actually worth? Like $140.
Yeah.
Right? So $140 fell on my table for $10,000, and I'm picking that up myself.
I'm
not getting rid of that one.
Yeah.
But you know, most people look at real estate, like especially wholesale real estate, like it's real estate. It's not. It's a sales and marketing company.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is marketing to sellers and then marketing to buyers and then closing deals through escrow. I don't deal with any real estate logistics. I don't deal with any of that stuff. And that's why it's so easy for these 17-year-olds to do it. That's why it's so easy for anybody that has a 9 to 5 to go on the back end and just go at home and set up a little system where they could get a few deals a week and then call people like me to sell them for them.
Yeah.
Or even then, just learn off the education and do it themselves. They could go from making $2,000 a month to making $20,000, and $20,000 a month is life-changing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how did you learn to do all that type of stuff? Or
So basically what ended up happening, right, was when I was 17 years old, I was always like super invested into like anything that can make me more money, because I always knew I was going to be super wealthy. I just didn't know how. But I came back to California. I was living in New York, and I said, well, let me get into flipping houses, right?
Okay.
And I told my mom, look, I want to learn how to flip and all this stuff. And she was like, okay, let's do it, because she's in real estate. She's a realtor,
okay, yeah.
right?
Shout out to her because she sold me my house.
Yeah, she's awesome. But so she was like, all right, how are we gonna do this? And I ended up finding a guy that said, yo, I could teach you how to flip. We ended up going to dinner with him. He was like a good friend of mine. He was like 22 years old at the time, but he was making decent money. He was making like 50, 60,000 a month.
Yeah.
So we sit down and we leave the dinner, and she's like, Justin, he's a scammer. And I'm like, what? She's like, nope, scammer. You're not investing your money with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, where am I gonna invest my money?
Yeah.
So she takes me to one of her investors. We sit down, walk into his big house, and we're sitting in the middle, and I'm telling him the story, like all excited, like, yeah, I'm gonna invest in houses in Detroit and do all this. And he looks at me with the straightest face and he goes, yeah, he's a scammer.
Wow.
He told you. He told you.
And I'm like, all right, well, are you gonna help me? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, the money that you were gonna give him, you could give me, and I'll give you a 10% return on it, which is a shout out to that guy for, you know, taking me under his wing initially.
Yeah.
Terrible return though. Terrible return at that time for my age, because I was looking for something really big, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And basically ended up getting in a flip with him. That ended up extending like 9-10 months that like I just didn't like have time for. Like I was sitting there, like he told me initially it was gonna take 3 months.
Yeah.
Right? Ended up taking like 10-11 months, right? So I called the first guy back and I'm like, hey bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's like, yo bro, pull out the deal, come invest with me, I'll take you under my wing, right? And then I go back, I call the guy, and I'm like, well, first I told my mom, like, Mom, I'm gonna pull out the deal, and she's like, you are not pulling out of this deal, Justin. If you pull out of this deal, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, I call him back, because I was a crazy kid at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Call him back, and I'm like, hey bro, so I'm going to college, and I'm gonna need that money back for tuition.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, cool, let me call your mom. And calls my mom. Boom, my mom says, all right, I'll give you the money, but you get the fuck out of my house when I give you this money, right?
Yeah.
Get the money, then end up calling the original guy back, go under his wing. 2 weeks later, $25,000. 3 years later, multiple 7 figures in real estate.
Wow.
Damn.
Giving those resellers a run for their money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gut feeling.
You can't stand outside of Brooklyn Projects anymore and buy sneakers and do it anymore.
I know,
This is how you really do it.
Yeah,
No,
no,
you flip houses without
Yeah.
actually ever touching houses. You flip contracts.
Yeah.
See?
If it's that easy, how come the market isn't oversaturated, or is it
I think
oversaturated?
you know what it is? There's a lot of people trying to do it, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that there's so much information out there that like there's not the right information. It's like people don't have the opportunity to even get into it the way that they want to, and then even then, people treat it like it's like being a realtor, right? We all know a realtor,
Yeah.
right? We all don't know very good realtors, but we
Yeah.
all know realtors, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that with wholesaling. We all know wholesale. Well, we don't all know wholesalers, but I know a lot of wholesalers. I just don't know too many that are doing huge numbers.
Yeah.
And it's the way that they treat their business. They don't treat it like an acquisitions firm, but they treat themselves almost like if they were a realtor and got a few deals here and there. When you can set this up like a sales and marketing company and pump up 20 deals, 30 deals, 40 deals a month and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's what I really want to, you know, expand to my community too, that like, you know, this opportunity is here for you. And there's thousands and thousands of opportunity, but for this might change somebody's life and they could go from making minimum wage to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Hell yeah, that
Yeah.
shit sounds like a
Sign
good
me
deal
up.
to me.
Yeah, I know.
My
seriously.
question is though, so the original guy, you wanted to learn house flipping from him, right?
Yeah.
Is that like, when did you realize what the niche you actually were was successful for you? When did you actually realize that that was the niche and not like flipping houses wasn't going to be your thing, but just
So-
the interim of it?
I think for me personally, it was like, all right, I wanted to flip houses, and I still do want to flip houses, right? But the thing is that it was taking way too long. I was restricted to a little bit of amount of capital, so I didn't want to put my capital in an asset when I could use my capital to make more money from it, right? So at that point, when I realized that like, damn, all my money's stuck in here and I can't pull it out, that was the moment I realized, well, there has to be a different way to do this, where either it could be in a shorter time frame or I don't have to have my money stuck in it. And kind of wholesaling fell across my lap, because what really happened was when I got the money back from the investment, I called the guy back and he's like, hey, the mentorship went from 20,000 to 40,000. And I was like, no fucking way. So I'm calling everywhere trying to get 20,000, and he calls me back like 3 days later and he's like, you know, I have this thing called wholesaling. I'm like, what the fuck is wholesaling? This is like 3-4 years ago when nobody knew what this thing was. And I'm like, well, I'll try it. And it worked. It worked. I literally $25,000 at 18 years old is like, how the fuck did I do this? Let me do it again.
Hell yeah, that's a
You
big.
become addicted.
It's a big check.
You become really addicted to it. And it's fun. For me, it's like, I always tell people, for me, business is like a sport. Like, it's mine. I don't watch sports, so
Yeah.
this is what I watch.
Better that way,
Watch that bank account go up.
right?
Facts.
You know, that's what people, and I think a lot of people are scared because of like, you know, as an example, Herbalife. You know, people want to like, they talk you into it, but it's like a scheme. But literally, all you got to do is read the instructions, learn how to do it, and then you know, you got your own return. You really don't got a boss.
Do you do it, Drewski?
What, Herbalife?
Yeah.
No. But actually, you know, I've been studying because you have a lot of tips and stuff on TikTok and Instagram,
Yeah.
and you know, I see a lot of comments on there. But I think I'm gonna start taking one of your classes, bro. link in the bio.
Also, you have classes and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, I do.
Dope.
I do. So mainly I focus on two different types of people. I focus on the person who wants to just start off with like
Yeah.
a little bit of money and just make their first 2 initial deals,
Yeah.
right? And then more of my internal classes, like the people I work with one-on-one,
Yeah.
are the people that I want to see scale to multiple 7 figures.
So like, let's say you want to get into it. How much should you invest into it?
Into wholesaling real estate?
Like, let's say I go to one of your classes and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I'm very interested. I want to make some money.
Yeah.
How much do I give you up front to be like, all right, here, I got 5K. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Or something
so
like
it's,
that.
it's really interesting, right? So I have programs as cheap as $300.
Okay.
So, and this is like, and people might be like, $300 isn't going to make
Yeah,
me a lot of money.
yeah.
da-da. But, you know, it's down to the information, right?
Yeah.
If you sit down and apply the things that are in this program,
Yeah.
it's like, it's easy because I've seen people go from making no money to a lot of money with
Yeah.
no money. And it's all about how you connect yourself.
Exactly.
And really
Yeah.
just put the work in, you know?
Yeah. Like you guys seen the meme where it's like, education doesn't get you to where you're at. It's all about networking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's all about
Yeah.
networking, you know?
100%.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, you know, the more people you know and the more people you work with, the more people they're going to bring in, and then the more people they're going to bring in, it's like, you know, it gets your ball going, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
so-
never ending.
That's what I provide too. So like
Yeah.
when you join one of my classes, you actually get put initially into a whole network. So you
Nice.
get put into a Discord chat with a whole bunch of people in your area or across the country. Because technically, I didn't mention this, but you don't have to be in the area where you wholesale to wholesale.
Yeah.
I wholesale in Texas, North Carolina, Ohio.
Wow.
At this point, I'm almost nationwide.
Nice.
So,
And for that, you have to have a license, right? Or no?
no license.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
No license.
That's the pitch right there. That's the
no school.
Yeah.
None of that stuff.
Good. Nice.
Just hard work.
Nice. So just shoot out the information, shoot out your social medias, and then we're gonna get on that first bathroom break because I gotta take a
Yeah,
shit.
so you guys can follow me on Instagram at just.securethebag, JUS.securethebag.
Nice.
Hey, that's for Instagram and TikTok, right?
And yeah, for TikTok and YouTube.
And then on your social media has a link to your classes and stuff like that.
Everything. You guys
Dope.
can contact me through DM, and if you guys want to learn more, I'm here.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I'm adding him right now. Shoot.
Shoot, take that
See y'all on
class.
the other side of this game.
Visito, you're gonna bless us with anything before we go away?
Once I take a shit.
Órale. Reventón weekends, ya saben. Stay tuned.